Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here, and I wish I could tell you that this story surprised me because it didn't. But I'm going to give you some big old warnings today. Now, before we get into the fact that Elon Musk has recently admitted that his latest project, Neuralink, in which he wants to drill 1, 2, 3, 4 holes in your skull and create a Bluetooth interface with your brain, not science fiction, has already been tested on rodents and monkeys. And yes, a monkey was able to control a computer with its mind. Now, all this stuff really isn't new. You see, this is the rollout of the transhumanist agenda for people, because DARPA has been doing this for years. I mean, decade upon decade upon decade. And none of this is necessary. Why do I say that? Well, DARPA is already working on human brain interfaces that don't involve brain chips. And this is all about technology that is meant to enslave people while it appears to empower them. Because there is technology like this that is there to empower people. Now, I want to reiterate right now that I don't, have big religious beliefs. I'm agnostic at best, and I realize that this is the Christian Broadcasting Network. But this is the fairest headline I've seen on this subject, okay? Let's get things straight. That's the reality. Take a look at it. Elon Musk's want to chip your brain is biohacking about convenience or a shift to the mark of the beast. And whether you believe in this stuff or not, I don't want to even call it the mark of the beast. It's total control. Why would you allow yourself to have a apparatus put into your brain when you could have a wearable device? I'll tell you why they're pushing this. Because they want it a part of you all the time when it doesn't need to be. They want you to not be a human being. And I want to let people know this is going to be huge business. This is today, okay? Take a look at this. Human-machine interface market is booming. The Global Human-Machine Interface Market Report encloses vital statistical data of sales and revenue based on leading segments such as type, region, application, technology, and elite players in the global human-machine interface industry. This is going to be huge profits. Huge profits. And take a look. Human-machine interfaces market showing footprints for strong annual sales. Siemens, Rockwell Automation, Microchip Technology, Electrobit, Geffen. Get ready. It's coming. Okay? Take a look. Take a look. All right? And these are the stocks to get into. I wouldn't be wearing or putting these in. Now, there are technologies that have huge growth that I think are positive. They're actually technologies I talked about back in 2010's Invisible Empire and New World Order Defined. Retinal implants. This is a very real thing, and you're going to see more and more of this. All right? So now they're going to have biomedical microchips that provide visual perception to people who have lost vision. Now, when I was talking about this in 2010, it was more of a rig where they saw things kind of like you see in the Predator cam in science fiction movies. You know what I'm talking about? Kind of that heat sink and movement and objects around you. I'm sure it's been refined since then, and it's only going to get better. Now, this is a technology that I'm going to tell you empowers humanity. I think this is actually a good thing. This is an interface between you, a machine, and your brain so you can have eyesight. We're not talking about making you bionic in order to improve upon the system. All right, this is just to try to get you back to where you're at. We can have a discussion about that, but let's talk about it right here. Elon Musk says he's tested his brain microchip, and notice how I said there they are. There are the 4 holes that you're going to have drilled in your skull if you want this Bluetooth device embedded in your brain. And why not? Go sign up now, Neuralink.com. They've sold us Elon Musk as this guru of the future, the man to save us from AI. And I've never been sold on Musk. And especially, with his space program, SpaceX, constant failures, constant nonsense with rocket technology, when we know if we really want to go to where they say we want to go. Rocket technology is not the way. If it was the way, don't you think every other first world nation with a first world military that has first world rockets would already be doing it? But yet that's not the case. So Elon Musk is kind of like this front man, in my opinion, that's being sold to the public for this transhumanist agenda. That doesn't mean he's not a smart guy. Remember, he started PayPal with Peter Thiel, who is all over the news talking about Google. He is the president's technology secretary, or I'm sorry, technology advisor, excuse me. And, here we go. This is a short article. All right, let's do it. Oh, this surprised people at a Q&A. It surprised people that he's tested this on a monkey, and the monkey can control the computer with his brain chip that he designed for him. Didn't surprise me. Elon Musk took his colleagues by surprise with an unplanned announcement at the presentation by the secretive neurotechnology company Neuralink on Tuesday. So he just said this yesterday. Musk confounded Neuralink in 2016, and its goal is to create a chip which could enable a brain-computer interface. And according to Musk, the company's already had some success with monkeys. During a 90-minute event, Musk and various senior staffers at Neuralink presented the company's ambition to design a chip capable of being implanted in the human brain, which could be both received and transmit from the signals of to the organ. In other words, their brain, yes. The next term goal would have been to treat various serious brain disorders such as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease, although ultimately Musk's ambition to achieve symbiosis with artificial intelligence. He doesn't really even hide it. Do you understand? That's what this is about. The current design takes the form of a chip implanted behind the ear, connected to electrode threads about 1/4 the width of a human hair, which are threaded into the brain where they can simulate the neurons or nerve cells. This is going to be the hip new thing. What kind of brain chip do you have? What can you afford? Responding to a question about whether the company had conducted any animal testing, Musk replied that it had carried out tests on rats and monkeys, adding that the company's work with the monkeys has been done in conjunction with the University of California. Again, universities are used in this type of thing all the time, sometimes in classified projects, sometimes not. And we're going to show you some history of DARPA and now how they're trying to just have these brain interfaces, again, without the chips, for soldiers to control drones with. Facts. The results have been very positive, Musk said. And if you don't think they've already done some human testing, I would say that's kind of fairy tale land too. Again, this is being rolled out for public consumption. They've been doing it forever. Not forever, but for decades. I don't want to say forever, but for a very long time. Neuralink's senior scientist Philip Saves said some of the results would be available in a paper soon, but Musk cut across. A monkey has been able to control a computer with its brain. Just FYI. He did not elaborate as to exactly how said monkey had controlled the computer. I didn't realize we were running that result today, but there it goes, said Neuralink President Max Hodak, laughing. The monkey's going to come out of the bag. Oh, it's hilarious. But Musk and Hodak seemed cognizant of the sensitive nature of the animal testing. We wish that we didn't have to work with animals. We just wish that wasn't a step in the process, but it is. So yeah, here it is. So once again, I'm not really concerned about PETA and the monkeys as much as I am as the transhumanist agenda being pushed on us right now. And that's going to be all over the news in the next couple days. You heard it here first with the Burmese Brigade. So check this out. Publicly, and again, they've been doing these type of testing and brain implants for a very long time. Publicly, take a look at ReNet, all right? Now, publicly since 2010, all right, they've had interfaces to control dexterous functions, et cetera, with advanced prosthetic limbs. I've shown you videos of these things. DARPA has their own YouTube page. You can watch them. People controlling limbs with their minds via implants, okay? Arms, legs. Some people that are completely comatose with more than just an implant, like literally surgically having a device put in that they're controlling different things with. It's pretty wild, okay? And now they are running with, this is just May, by the way, 6 paths to non-surgical future of brain interfaces, brain-machine interfaces. So here you go. They've been doing this for a very long time, and now they're starting to roll it out in a military capacity. I used to do videos. We Are Change. I did a video on DARPA where they talked about a cortical implant the size of 2 nickels that had a very crude interface they were already using with soldiers. These are non-invasive devices. And think about this. Why are we so hell-bent on putting chips in our brains when you could put on a hat or an earpiece or something else that transmits the same information? All right? And yeah, you can check it out. DARPA wants soldiers to control drones with their thoughts. And that's the next future. So the military applications are endless, but the push for you and I to have a trendy chip first, put in our hand. They've talked about that. We chip our animals over in Sweden. They're becoming a cashless society. No big deal. But now the hip, cool guy that's going to all save us from AI and that's been paraded around with a cool haircut and he's a space guy and he was on Joe Rogan is conducting tests on humans for a trendy new human brain computer interface with a chip after 4 holes are drilled in your skull. Beware, everybody. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm just not down like a clown, Charlie Brown. With that being said, I'm doing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 videos a day. We're covering transhumanism, the hysteria that's now encompassed the country after El Paso and Dayton. We've looked at both of those events extensively. Assange, WikiLeaks, Epstein. In fact, we may do another Epstein broadcast later tonight. I think that's definitely on the table with some new developments and perhaps another AMA. I'm not 100% on that, but look out for it. We're doing the walk and talks. Karma's been all over me so look for a night walk and talk a little bit later. And guys, I'm doing this with your help. If you're not subscribed, please do so. Share them on social media. But I'm only a little over halfway here, and I've got about 9-10 days to make it up. So I'm really hoping that we can keep the Burmese Brigade going and that I can keep doing this with your support. With that being said, I love you guys, and I'll see you on the flip side.